it's kind of fitting that it's sunset. Can you guys see that? You can see that. My sister's dog was like, "Oh, Uncle Scotty, why can't I meet that other cat across the street? I just want to eat it." And I know. This is why you don't have any friends, dog. But we are at Toys R Us because today they announced is when they start their liquidation sales. Isn't that bittersweet? I can't actually see what you guys are seeing right now. There we go. It's going to be backwards, though. I, like many people my age, grew up going to Toys R Us and getting stuff there and what have you. So this is kind of sad for me. But also, I guess, you grow up, things change, and all that jazz. So I'm going to check out the liquidation sales. Maybe I'll, record while I'm in there a little bit. And then I'll tell you guys some stories about Toys R Us because it was an integral part of my childhood. Maybe not this particular Toys R Us, though this Toys R Us is where I went to my one and only midnight release party with my ex. I can put a video up, link to my main channel. This is where we did midnight release. So I'm going to have to find a new place for midnight releases. But I do have some pretty fond memories of being at Toys R Us's. Absolute bust. They postponed the liquidation sale. They better not postpone it too long because, the store's going to close. Informed last night after the tournament that there's a sign spinner outside the Toys R Us by me. So we're going to the liquidation. We're going to that liquidation sale today. Toys R Us. All right, it's going out of business sale. Let's see what we can find. As usual, the prices at Toys R Us are wank. This store closing sale. It says going out of business, and the big signs like 30% off. Most things aren't 30% off in there. Most things are 10% right now. A lot of stuff still doesn't even have a discount. There's I was walking past a whole bunch of parents who are in there like, "Mom, these aren't store going out of business sales. These are just like regular sales." And given that Toys R Us generally sells things more expensive than other things, that 10% discount, in some cases, just makes it regular price. So 3 days into this going out of business sale, definitely not worth it. The Skylanders aren't even discounted yet. No discount. The 10% discount on Skylanders, the new ones at least, would just give you regular price because Skylanders are $1 more expensive. $1 more expensive at Toys R Us than everywhere else. All I want are some goddamn Skylanders. Video games are 10% off this weekend. And video game systems are 5% off. Y'all going out of business, okay? I'm just putting it out there. You're going out of business. The least you could do is get rid of stuff. I'm watching tons of people go in. This is the most crowded I've seen Toys R Us in so long. Tons of people are coming in and out. Most people are coming out with nothing. That's not a good store closing sale. It tells you something was wrong. Crazy here. But yeah. Oh man, this vlog about Toys R Us is going to be so long and weird because there's just going to be so many parts. I'm going to be in so many different outfits. My hair is just going to be crazier and crazier as we go along. Oh man. Who remembers when Toys R Us hosted the Pokemon League? Man, I used to go and just be in awe of all these kids. I still to this day have something like 37 Pokemon card decks. And they all suck. Because I've never been able to beat Crazy Bacon in a match of Pokemon cards. No, not even once. Not even once. He had all the badges. He used to go all the time. And then I think he quit because he was at a Pokemon League match and someone stole his deck. And that's just, ugh. Goddamn kids. Ugh. And then, I got my GBA at a game, I got my GBA at a Game Boy? No. I got my GBA at a Toys R Us, and we had gone through all these different Toys R Us's trying to find one that had GBAs. And we finally found this one, Toys R Us. I think it was the Toys R Us in Yonkers, but I'm not 100% sure. We found this one Toys R Us that had GBAs, but they only had the fuchsia ones. Which are pink, let's be honest. And I was like, should I get it? Should I get it? Should I not get it? I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with the fuchsia one. It's the fuchsia clear one. Wait, I have it somewhere. This is my Game Boy. My Game Boy. Lost the thing in the back, so it's held together by Digimon tape. That's how fucking cool I was as a kid. Let's be honest. I was a pretty cool dude. Should I wait for another color that I like more, or should I just get it? And the dude who was working there, looks me right in the eye, and he goes, "If I were a boy, I wouldn't have a pink Game Boy." And he walked away. And I looked at my mom and I was like, I'm getting the pink Game Boy. Fuck that guy. And it just so happened that me and one other kid at school, one other boy at school also had the pink Game Boy. And we were like the pink Game Boy crew. And it was awesome. Don't try to gender stereotype me with fucking electronics, you douchebag. Get out of here. Not all of these are from Toys R Us. A bunch of them are. I've just been like snagging Skylanders at Toys R Us lately, which is super cool for all these, like the end of life, I guess, of Toys R Us. Also, who's gonna become the new partner for Skylanders? Like, that's crazy. I don't know who it's gonna be. But Toys R Us that I usually go to, the one in Poughkeepsie, man, I have such fond memories of doing Skylanders related things. I did the midnight release of Trap Team there. But I also just would like go in, and because I was so knowledgeable about Skylanders and what have you, you can see there's another Skylander that I haven't even sold yet in my sale pile. Like I was so knowledgeable about it, and I was so into it between like the first 4 games that like I could go in and help parents out. And this is Thumpback. He's a giant from Skylanders Giants, the second game. There was this little kid there one day, and I'll never forget this. This little kid is in the store, and he's trying to tell his mom that he wants a Thumpback, but he can't say Thumpback because he's a small child. He's just a tiny human. And he keeps going, "Ma, Thumpback!" And his mother's like just not getting it. And like he's picking up boxes, and he's trying to find a Thumpback back there. And he's just like, "Thumpback!" And he gets so excited when they find the right box. His mom just kept picking up boxes and showing them to him. And he's like, "Thumpback!" And like, I have never seen a child so excited about a toy. Ever. It was just a good moment. This store going out of business sale has been on for over a month now. And it's still only 20% off on most things in the store. Like, this sale is trash. That they're actually changing the prices on things. Like, they're moving them up in price. This haul! Alright, so Toys R Us is finally giving actual deals. Actual deals on Skylanders, being that they are now 50% off. This haul is, unfortunately, not all for me. But I'm smart, and I'm waiting for the deals to go even lower. The only Skylander I grabbed for myself of the new guys, I say new guys, but they're not really new per se. You feel me? Oh, it just got super dark, sorry. I'm trying to do everything. I have 1 hour today to do anything I need to do. And then I gotta go help my brother with shit. Yeah. I picked up a pretty decent haul. The only one I grabbed for myself that I really wanted to grab for myself was Flare Wolf, because there's only one left in the store. And I was like, alright, cool. So I got a bunch for, like as you'll see here, I got a bunch of the superchargers right now are $1. And anything below that is 50 cents, like Knockout Terrafin here. I grabbed a bunch of stuff for my coworker, Jenna Ketchy, who you will probably be seeing in videos soon. You'll notice that there's 2. One is for me, one is for Jen, and the third one is for Valley of Ageria's dad, because I got him to play. And yeah, man, it's just going to be fun. So I did pick up a Flare Wolf, because they only had one in the entire store, and it is actually the one that I hid at the very beginning of the sales, just in case, and just in case worked for me. And then I saw they had only 4 pit bosses left, and I'm not really interested in pit boss, but Jin was, and I was like, you know what, if Jin's getting one, I should get one too. So I got one as well. And then I snagged him Stealth Stinger, Shield Striker. Whoops! I guess that one's mine. A pit boss, and I grabbed him a Wolfgang because he thought Wolfgang was cool. So yeah, we're getting into the real section of the sales. sale now, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. 50% off. It says on the outside that most things are 50% off in the store, but that's a lie. Only very, very few things. And oddly enough, Skylanders is one of the very few things that is 50% off. But it's been like 2 months since this closing sale started, so I think that's pretty crazy. We'll see how low it goes. When it gets really low, I'll probably just start grabbing stuff just because. Just because. Now I'm taking you on a tour of my house that you don't need. Alright, bye! I mean, look, I know I've been hating on Toys R Us a lot lately, and hating on the way that they do sales and stuff, and how that probably contributed to their downfall. But the last time I was in there, there was this kid walking around with his mom, and like out of everything in the store, the one thing he picked out was this red T-Rex plushie. The kid was probably like 10 or less. He picked out this red T-Rex plushie with the derpiest face I'd ever seen in my life, and he was so happy to get that derpy T-Rex. And his mom had this big smile on her face because he was so excited. But like, there was just like a tinge of sadness in it. And while I walked around that day, and like, since I've been going back to Toys R Us to check on the sales all the time, I noticed there's a lot of that. Like, there's this bittersweet feeling of people like, oh, it's over. I guess it's not bittersweet for most people. Most people, it's pretty bitter. But like, the gap that Toys R Us not being there is going to create for toys and stuff. Like, Toys R Us has always been the place that you would go to. Like, oh, I'm going to Toys R Us. Like, it's a thing. And it was an experience. And I don't really think we have any other places, at least in the States, that have that kind of feel and have been there, like, for years, for whole families to be like, oh, we're going to Toys R Us, we're going to go get presents for people, or something like that. And yeah, they've been expensive. It's true. But, like, it's kind of sad to have that go away, if that makes sense. So I went to a different Toys R Us than the one that I usually go to. One that actually happened to be in the Laundry King's hometown. So I met up with him. We went to Toys R Us. I got 2 huge sacks, and we had this conversation. For like 40 bucks, I got these 2 humongous sacks. Like, this is my hand by comparison. 2 humongous sacks of stuff with pretty much all stuff that I already have. But I wanted to get one of my coworkers and his kids into the game because his kids were like, Dad, we want some Skylanders. Let's do some Skylanders stuff. And like, at these prices, I don't care. I will totally get you addicted to Skylanders. He said the kids might like racing, so I got him 2 of the racing packs. What's weird is they never ever have the land racing pack, and I have no idea why. And then what I went and did was I went and bought a bunch of duplicates of the same Skylanders. These are all already guys I have. Are they in this box? No, they're in the next one. Sorry, should have done this better. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. I just can't be. Your boy Trap Shadow. Okay, Trap Shadow is a really, really cool Skylander from Swap Force. He's a swapper. I really like him as a character. I went and got 3 because I'm going to give 1 to him, my coworker. I think his kids would like that character. He's super cool. This is stuff for my niece and nephew right here. Sorry, it just happened to be on the table. Then 1 to sell for me, and 1 might go to Geeky. Not sure yet. Then I picked up some more duplicates of stuff I already have. Some freeze blades, which you don't usually see in stores anymore. Picked up a Smash Hit. I think kids love Smash Hit. Picked up Blizzard Chill mostly for Geeky. I feel like that's a character he would actually like. Where are you at? Where are you at? Another one. Sell in case anyone is looking to buy one. And then I picked up some Nightfalls because I think Nightfall has the coolest animations in the game. I don't know if my coworker's kids are going to like Nightfall because I feel like she might end up being scary. You know, for small kids, I feel like that's true. Then I picked up a High Bolt, another High Bolt, because I feel like kids would like that. Picked up a Buckshot because he's kind of hard to find. Figured he'd be good to put in the eBay shop. I don't know if Jinakechi has an Ember already, but if he does not, this one is his. And then I picked up 2 Blaster Mines. He's actually a Skylander that I do not own. I think he'd be great for kids because he's silly and cute. And also, one of his abilities lets him skip puzzles, and I think that'd be super great for kids. So probably keep one to sell, not actually to use, and then I'll give one to my coworker. And like at these prices, it's not a problem. Picked up a Slobbertooth for them because he's basically a doggo, and what kid does not like doggos? And then for me, I picked up Pokken Tournament. I know Pokken Tournament DX, it might already be out for the Wii U, for the Switch. And it's got all the DLC in it, but like, let's be honest, I buy everything super cheap anyway. And the price isn't going to come down for a very long time. And right now, video game software was 70% off at the Toys R Us. And so I got this for like $17 instead of $60, so hell yeah, I was going to buy it. I don't care about paying for the DLC now either. It's whatever. But what I really wanted to talk to you guys about, besides this huge-ass haul, was King and I were walking around Toys R Us. We had this conversation where he asked, "Are you sad that Toys R Us is closing?" And I was telling him that I myself have not felt sad that Toys R Us was closing, but like seeing parents with their kids and like how bittersweet it is for them to like take kids to maybe the last time, and maybe this is the first time for their kids to take them to Toys R Us and to, buy the last thing that they'll buy at Toys R Us. Makes me realize that I'm not sad. It's not sadness for me that Toys R Us is going under. It's sadness that, like, the kids that come up after us, they're not going to have the toy store. Like, Toys R Us is the toy store. Sorry, I thought I saw a spider, and I was like, I'm going to kill it! But it's not. I don't think it is. Nope, it's not moving. It's not a spider. I'm easily distracted. Everyone knows this. Like, I'm sad for kids in the future that are going to come up with... There's really no more toy store chain. Sure, there are plenty of electronic stores. But there's no more... You can't, like, I want to go to the toy store. There's no big chain that's just specifically for that. And that is kind of sad. I'm sorry that the kids that are coming up now aren't going to have that. But Laundry King, ever the optimist, said, what if, some new store pops up to take its place? That would be great and all, but I don't know if that's going to happen.